What's up, ladies and gentlemen? BC here. I am in the middle of kind of, like I mentioned to you guys before, nailing down a final date and time, and maybe multiple times per week where I go live on YouTube and other platforms as like a show format, like an official show format. So stay tuned for that. I'm still working on that with my assistant, behind the scenes, and I want to make sure that I do everything correctly. I'll have a studio set up. I'll have this at-home setup, right? I just moved everything from the front of my house to this back room. I'm still obviously setting it up. I got to put up a lot of artwork and stuff like that, but I'm in the middle of kind of rearranging my house and, moving a lot of stuff and transitioning some of that stuff to my office. So it might be a minute, but I just wanted to come on and give practical advice to everybody. This is more of a general type of video. I know people really enjoy this stuff. Couple of quick announcements, some housekeeping. Make sure you guys, if you follow me, you're in sales, entrepreneurship, real estate, make sure you sign up for the Massive Momentum Summit. It's this Friday. It's at Team BC, like at the bottom, teambcevents.com. I also have another personal development event that I'm doing in October. Again, get your ticket. Both are free. Yeah, I think that's all we got now for events. Yeah, I'll be speaking in November in Kansas City. I'm doing another summit. I'll be at the Real Rise conference in San Diego next month as well. I think the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. I'm one of the speakers as well. So those are just a few things that I can tell you if you're looking to see me in person or join one of the events. All right. As always, if you guys want to talk strategy, you need to have a strategy session. You want to grow your business, go to briancasella.com, set up a call, or if you want to sign up for the courses and coaching we have, you're more than welcome to. Okay. Practical advice for everybody, man. So I'm continuously, from my end, always assessing where I'm at with everybody else. Okay, give me a second. Let me turn on the light. Since I know the sun is going down and it's kind of cloudy here, right? I'm always looking out, right? I always kind of compare what I was doing back in the day to where I'm at now, how I've developed, where people are suffering, where they're doing well. And I like doing these videos from time to time to kind of give people some insight, because I'm in a position now where, regardless of what people say, dude, I'm good. I'm happy. I'm fulfilled. I don't have a lot of drama in my life. Like, things are good, man. And I know for a lot of people, they never genuinely hit that spot. So let's go with some practical advice. And this is number one. Again, this is applicable to everybody, is the drama, man. People don't realize this causes you more drama than anything else, probably. Why are you caught up in other people's business? Why do you care what the local celebrity gossip is? Why do you give a shit about any of that, man? Seriously, why? Why? Because if you look at your own life and say, well, I care about that stuff because my life is boring. Is your life really boring, though? Boring to who? You or somebody else? Because even that baseline definition, I notice for a lot of people, has never been established. Who says you're boring? I know people who would call my life boring. That's fine. I don't give a fuck what they think. Because to them, if you're not blowing your money on dumb shit, going to the club every weekend, right, and doing that dumb shit that society says is fun, that you live a boring life. Fair enough. Fuck their standards. I don't care. Because I don't line up anywhere with their standards if we're really going to think this thing out. So you need to take a look, right? Let's start first with the first point, the drama. Get rid of it, bro. Ma'am, sir, get rid of it. Why? Why do you feel this need to have drama when you don't? You don't need people around you that cause drama and stir shit up. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. My circle, as I become more successful, is smaller and smaller. Praise the Lord. Praise the universe. Whatever the fuck you believe in, right? Because I love it. I am at peace. It is amazing. I'm not pulling hairs out of my head. I'm not stressing all the time. It's fucking amazing, because we as individuals, you would all agree if you're listening to this, we have our own shit to deal with. We all, even if we're mega successful or broke, we have bills to pay, and we have the classic drama that people have to deal with. So why would you add on top of it unnecessary stuff that has nothing to do with you or your situation or your future or your aspirations or anything else? So that second point, right? That second point, a lot of you will introduce, it's kind of attached to the first one, right? Drama because of other people's expectations and wants and needs. Why? I ask you again, why? Imagine me battling people like, no, my life isn't boring. Here, let me show you this shit. See, now you become a poser. Now you're just talking about stuff, doing things, trying to take pictures and show moments that really aren't you. You're doing it just for the validation. And a lot of drama and lack of fulfillment comes from that. Why do you care? Dude, if I didn't have businesses, I probably wouldn't even be on social media because I don't care. A lot of my business partners and people, new friends, I meet on the street. Women I meet on the street, not on fucking dating apps or social media. New fucking business partners that I have, new just random interactions at the gym or whatever. It's always in person. It's not on social media. So I wouldn't even have it now because of my brand and my businesses. Of course, I push my shit on social media. I love helping people, right? Once you hit a certain amount of fulfillment in your life, you'll want to give back to others, which is what I do now and why I continuously put stuff out on the platforms and will travel and speak and do all these things, even sometimes for free to hook people up, right? I live off of this, but I also do a lot and add up the last fucking 10 years. Not many people can touch me with the amount of content I put out for free, right? But we'll talk about that later. The definitions and people labeling your life boring or whatever it is. Why do you care about that? Why? Because that's all associated with drama. Because now you get into this whole validation mode and you become a robot controlled by other people, other people's thoughts, other people's ideas, and you become literally a puppet. And this is what will fall you and trip you up into conformity as well. Because conformity is a big one. You must not conform if you want to live a fulfilled life. Why? Conformity implies everybody's the same. You all think the same, talk the same, walk the same. Are you? I would argue that all of you are individuals, whether you want to admit it or not. Even if you are okay conforming, it's okay. It's a comfortable thing to do. You want to stand out as an entrepreneur? Better not conform. You're a dude listening to me and you want the high quality woman? Better not conform and blend in. You want to be socially savvy and skilled and woo people with your words? Better not conform. You want to impress people with how you dress and how you smell and how you carry yourself? Again, you better not conform. You want to stand out on social media? You better not conform. I can go on and on and on. Yet when these individuals conform, they're not happy. Even worse now, you conform to bullshit. Look what's happening in society. Most of you who follow me, most people out there, the overwhelming majority don't believe and fall into these political agendas and ideologies. We don't. Now, I was outspoken about it and my platforms were destroyed, but I would say most people agree with me. They may not like me personally. They may not like my style, whatever it is. That's fine. But generally speaking, they agree with the underlying datums and the sentiments of what I have, that we don't agree with this shit. But again, if you're a conformist and you keep conforming and then you don't push back and you're not willing to rock the boat a little bit, now you'll be more susceptible to do things that you don't want to do. Because now when you conform to something that you really don't want to conform to deep down inside, again, you become miserable. Look at all the people out there having issues with depression and mental illness and all. I mean, it's just crazy. This has something to do with it. This is one of the deeper rooted issues. This is why I'm giving people advice. And a lot of it stems from that wanting outside validation, worrying too much about what people think, and not living your own life based on your standards. My life is fucking incredible, dude. I was even just driving, smiling, having a good time. Like random shit where most people are driving and they're upset. Right? Now, again, people will call me crazy for that. That's fine. I am crazy to the average person. Why? I'm nothing like them. I'm not. And that's my advice to you. If what you're doing and how you are doesn't at least strike people to look at you twice or at least ask you a question, then you probably are conforming without you even realizing it. So I would just introduce the question to you first before we get into this thing too deep. Okay. Number 2, stay focused on your creation. What do you want to do? I just did a podcast yesterday with James, right? I forget his last name. A brother from New York, right? A fellow real estate brother, right? And shout out to him. And I talked about this. I said, most people are not living their life. They're living someone else's life. What they put on their business plan, their goal sheet, their vision board is not their own. It's not their vision. It's not their goals. It's someone else's. It goes back to my first point a little bit. They're doing stuff for other people or for other people's validation. Their friends, mommy and daddy, social media, instead of for themselves. That is one of the biggest root causes of suffering in individuals. Why? You're not living your own life. Then, of course, by default, you're not going to be motivated. You're going to procrastinate, and you're going to deal with all the shit that the average person deals with. Why? The average person is not living their own life. They're living someone else's. So I would urge you and encourage you to take time every day to sit with yourself and say, am I living the life that I want to live? If you're posted up in front of your computer screen 8 hours a day playing video games, is that really what you want to do? Or are you avoiding something? If you're the video game streamer and that's what you love to do and you're getting paid and you're happy and you truly are happy, kudos to you, my friend. But if you're not, if you're that person, kind of like I was a long time ago, where you want to avoid real life because you want to play or it could be anything. It could be any addiction, right? Then you know, and you have to admit to yourself and say, okay, I need to change this. And then you start to make the change. But you have to first acknowledge it and accept the truth and the reality. And for a lot of people, unfortunately, even a lot of my students, I have to come in and kind of slap them in the face, in quotes, with reality. I'm like, dude, you're fucking up. You claim you're working hard, but based on what you're reporting to me, you're barely even working. What are you talking about? And until they receive that perspective and accept the reality, they cannot move forward and progress, because you will stay entrenched and stuck in your position until you admit where you're at, see it for what it actually is, and then the game begins. But if you can't even admit and say, hey, I suck at this. Hey, I'm doing something new. Hey, I'm not as okay as I thought. Hey, I'm not happy. If you can't even start there, forget it. Forget it. And most people will be stuck at that level 1 because they won't admit it. They won't admit it. Unfortunately, their ego, right, is too big. They won't put their pride to the side, right? They're more concerned with other people's opinions about the situation or them or looking good to other people than their actual own fucking fulfillment, which is pathetic and sad, right? At the same time. So, are you living your own life? Are you? I even did a podcast on this, and this is a good point. Are you? Because my guess is it's not. Because when I look at everything I have now, man, this has been just my will and my creation. I have those little toy cars behind me. Like I said, I've owned literally all those cars except for maybe one. And then sold them, right? I moved across the country to a place where I know nobody. And I already have a thriving social circle, and I'm fine. I'm good. I'm happy. I love it here. I'm killing it. I went headfirst into entrepreneurship and had massive success. I tackled online and built up a huge following, and I have a coaching company and all this other stuff. Like, that's all stuff that I thought of and I just worked into existence. I didn't manifest it by thinking. I worked. So how could I be in this situation where everything is my creation and not be fulfilled, dude? Now, do I want more? Of course, man. I'm content. Right? I'm content, but we're still going for more, because that's the zest of life, man, is to push your potential and tackle the next obstacle. That's what gives you life as a human being, man. Why do you think when a lot of people retire, their health spirals and they pass away? Because they stop looking forward and they stop engaging with life and doing their thing. Like, even immediately, dude, I'm probably going to pretty soon here get I'm going to get a bigger property with acreage, build my own little compound in the back, start growing my own food. That's the next step of some of the other stuff that I want to do, right? To be more self-sustaining. Maybe I'll do like events at my actual house, like small private events for people, and kind of walk them through everything and my lifestyle as well. Make it a little bit more mastermindy, a little bit more small and intimate beyond just sales and real estate, right? But I'm always, same thing with my online stuff, like everything. Like, I want to keep going, man. This is fun. It was just like when I played video games back in the day. I always wanted to beat the game and make my character strong, right? You push. That's what gives you that extra animo, right? Like that zest for life, right? Here's another point I want to talk to you guys. You really need to start doing your own investigations and research and paying very close attention on your diet and your lifestyle. Your diet and your lifestyle. I don't care what people say. Alcohol is poison. Smoking is terrible for you. I don't give a shit what it is. Most foods that are pushed in society are garbage, trash. Study the science behind nutrition, the science, not what people tell you, not what marketing companies tell you. I have clarity, peace, my emotions are in order. All that stuff improved when my diet improved, right? Everything from a health standpoint, getting my blood drawn, all that stuff, all my indicators are thriving. I'm doing amazing. Feel good. Metabolism is high. I'm ripped and I'm pushing 40 soon, dude. Full fucking head of hair. Like, you can't look at me and say I look like shit, sound like shit, don't have energy, right? And, the haters will say, oh, you're on drugs. I get it, right? I do have a lot of energy. I'm always out there. I'm very consistent. And because that deviates so far from the average, I must be on something. That's the only thing they can say, because those individuals, they don't have this. But it is your diet and your lifestyle, y'all. And I'm not going to sit here and preach to you and do this diet and that diet. I don't give a shit. I really don't. I've been plant-based now for 9 years, going strong, healthy as an ox, haven't gotten sick. All I'm asking for you to do is start to take care of yourself and put it at the top of the priority list. Because when you do, that brain fog, your inability to sleep, waking up groggy, all that shit goes away, and you start operating like a real human being should and must. Many of you lack a little bit up here because of your diet and your lifestyle. It's limiting you. It's limiting you tremendously. But we think because so-and-so said it, or the marketing company that's big, or the new fad diet, or the energy drink, 99% of that stuff is bullshit and it's garbage. Start to pay more attention to it. Don't just even go off my word. Oh, BC's plant-based, so I'm going to go plant-based. No, you do your own investigations, bro. You do your own experiments. You know why I went plant-based initially? Because it was an experiment. I was doing fine, right? Yeah, I could have been doing better, but I still had nagging injuries, some inflammation. My health was great, not perfect. And I said, you know what? I'm reading a lot and studying a lot about this plant-based diet. Let me see. You know what? It looks good on paper. Let me actually try it. And after 2 weeks, I said, I'm never going back. All the aches and pains went away. All the excess inflammation went away, right? Like, everything just improved for me. Energy levels, sleep quality, mental cognition went up. Hey. Everything improved. And I said, man, well, the proof is in the pudding. And 9 years later, my blood work is still good. My testosterone is up. Like, everything is just doing so good. I got my taste buds back, right? I really enjoy, cooking my own food and going to the farmers markets and the market and buying my own stuff and washing it and cooking it and cleaning it. Like, it's ritualistic, man. I love it because I know I'm fueling my body with stuff that's as natural as possible. We don't live in the Stone Age where I can literally pull the stuff out of the ground unless I grow it. Yeah, I understand we have pesticides and all that shit, and I do my best, but like, I enjoy that, right? I take pride in that. Before, I would just shovel stuff in my mouth and drink stuff without even thinking about it. But do you know what you're putting in your system, dude? Because that literally affects your DNA and it becomes a part of you, right? So I'm asking you to do a further analysis on your life, and we can't just daydream and lollygag through life. You need to become a lot more aware and attentive to yourself and your life and your condition. And if you're not happy when you look around, do something about it. Do something about it. Right? And if you're an entrepreneur or a salesperson on this channel, on my old channel with 200,000 subscribers, you have a ton of material to help you from a mental standpoint, from a skill standpoint. You have my coaching for those of you who are ready, which I obviously would recommend, because that's the next thing is if you don't have a mentor growing up teaching you, like a mentor would be like your sensei at your martial arts studio that you work with your whole life, uncle, or somebody who really took care of you and gave you a lot of real life advice. If you don't have that, or you're past age 21, get a coach, dude. This is why I love coaching business people, entrepreneurs, and salespeople, because, dude, I can teach you so much. I can help you avoid a lot of mistakes, and I can turn you into a fucking monster. Like I turn myself into a monster if you're willing to do it. And it might not, I always tell people, it might not be me. Maybe you go to somebody else. Cool. But invest in yourself, because we will get you results in the business world, in the real world, that otherwise may take you a lifetime to figure out, or you may not figure it out ever, because nobody who's big in anything, sports, business, made it alone, right? That is ego talking to you, right? And that's kind of wrapped up into this last point. Let go of your ego and your pride, man. Nobody's self-made. Nobody does it by themselves. You need help. We are stronger in a group. It's okay to have a leader to teach you in something, in business, sales, communication, public speaking, right? All the stuff that I teach too. It's okay. But understand that you can avoid that, right? And I want to make this point out of many more that I make. You can't avoid that. People think they can avoid it. You can't. And you will be slapped in the face with reality. You'll fail out of your business, your small business. And one day you'll realize it. And most of those people still won't even admit it. They'll blame it on something else. Right? Get a coach. Okay. Next one that I think is very, how you present yourself to the world. Right? Especially, this is for men and women, but especially for men. Take some pride, dude. I get it. For many of you, you feel comfortable in sweats and all that, but dude, put yourself together, man. What does it take to put on a pair of pants and a shirt like this? If you guys actually paid attention to how you present yourself, it would be very easy for you to find clothes, or again, hire somebody to help you. Like my friend Pablo, right? Image consultant. He can do personal shopping with you and a bunch of stuff. He's not the only one either. I'm sure there's a ton of people, but take some pride, man. People will watch me do a video in my car when I come out of the gym, be like, oh, look, you're dressed like shit. I just came from the gym, bro. I'm going to the office and I'm fucking changing into my suit. You caught me for the 10 minutes I'm driving in my workout clothes. Good for you. You think I ever went to meet a client not in a full suit? When I would door knock, I would do it in a full suit, if not minimum a button up and pants and sneakers. I'm always presentable. When I go to the bank, I always get complimented that I look sharp. And every single employee at the bank knows me by first name. I understand that this is important and you need to. More and more it says, it doesn't matter. And then they'll show you pictures of the billionaires like fucking Mark Zuckerberg and sweats. Bro, when you're a billionaire, yes, then do whatever you want. Until then, step up. Step the fuck up. Take care of your image, man. Right? Even if I just did this Zoom and I never stood up and I could be naked underneath this, at least you would see this button-up shirt. I could wear a long sleeve, this, maybe some accessories, right? I don't have my earrings on. Right? Do something, man. At least, again, bring it to your awareness and say, am I dressing and presenting myself to the world in the way that I would want to? What shirt do I want to wear? What pants do I want to wear? What type of suit would I wear? Because, dude, I love being in suits. Even in hot weather, it's comfortable. Once you start wearing these things more, they become comfortable. Now, if you're overweight and it's uncomfortable, well, then get your shit together. Lose weight. Lose weight. I know society says it's okay. It's not okay. It's not. It's not. And this isn't an attack on anybody. It's just, it's not healthy. Lose weight. That's one thing for sure. When people come around me, their asses get in shape. Not even for me telling them anything. It's just the standard that I set with my diet and my level of physical activity just rubs off on them. They're like, holy shit, you're so active. Fuck, I need to step my game up. Exactly. That's why it matters who you're around. They watch me have regular conversations with people on the street. They're like, damn, you do this with regular people? I'm like, yes. Because I wanted to reach this level of communication where I don't give a shit who you are. My words will impact you and grip you like a vice grip. Because I set out with that in mind. So where when I speak, people listen. When I deliver the word, boom, it's received. Why? Because the way that I speak and carry myself, they can't deny it. That was my goal in the beginning, and I'm still working at it now. Because I know that will fulfill me. It will bring me all the friendships and relationships that I want. It will make me an infinite amount of money. It'll give me social media attention and all the stuff that anybody would want if they set out with those initial goals like I did from my heart, from my soul, from my core. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. But I'm clear, going back to one of the first points, I was clear about what I wanted and who I wanted to become. And I wanted that shit so bad because that's the key, y'all. When you're clear about that and you start to live your own life, you want that shit so bad, nothing else exists. You'll put down the video games, the drinking, the partying, and all the shit that's distracting you when you finally are in alignment with what you want and you're going after it. Because it's what you want. Of course you're going to go after it. You want it. No one's telling you to do it or forcing you to do it. You want it. You genuinely want it. You genuinely want it. And that's the key, okay? Now, I could ramble on and on forever. Like I told you guys, the show will be established very soon, so keep a lookout for the announcement on the YouTube channel. Again, go to teambcevents.com. I'll put it in the description as well. Sign up for our events, the Massive Momentum Summit on Friday, and then my personal development event next month. I was thinking about charging a lot of money for that, but I'm going to later that event, but I'm going to do it for free. And then I'm going to package that up as a product. That's how amazing that event is going to be. I've never done an event like that. This Friday or the one in a month. So I'd recommend you go to both, but especially the one in October. That one is very dear to me, that event. So only sign up and go to that one if you're really going to take it serious, because that one, I'm going to give my fucking heart and soul to that event, like I do with all of them. Okay. That's it for this one, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. All the links are below for everything. We'll chat soon. Peace.